Hello YouTube, I will be continuing from my last Survival Island video, and as I deleted the world, I need to make another. Alright, so basically all you have to do is type in the alphabet, and then you can just create the world. And boom, Survival Island. There is only one tree, so you do not want to mess with that. I mean, you obviously want to be very careful when you are getting resources from said tree, as sometimes it will only drop one sapling, sometimes it'll drop 3 or 4. Now, there are other islands in the area, but most people prefer to not go to the other islands because that kind of ruins the whole survive off of the bare minimum, idea of Survival Island. Oh, jeez. That's why you need to be careful so you don't lose any saplings like I just did. Oh well. I always destroy the 2 blocks. I leave it like this, like it's a stump, and then I get rid of the rest of the wood in the tree, and then come back and get the stump part after. There we go. Hey, I got them both. Guess I didn't end up losing them. Alright. Now what I recommend doing is, as soon as you have that done, plant all of the saplings you get, or the one sapling, because I know many times you only get one, and space them out evenly, so that you can have room for them. Just gather some seeds. I always come over here and get the sugar cane, even though it's only good for higher level cooking, which isn't easy because you have to get lucky for mobs to spawn on the island. Just replant those. Now what I always do is I come over to here and destroy these 2 blocks, and that lets the water flow. It's an easy way down, and if you're smart about it, you can make a little farming area down here out of that water. And it also provides a way back up so that you don't have to go and, make a staircase all the way back up. Although a staircase seems pretty nice, seeing as it takes forever to go up water now. Alright, now I'm going to get some more dirt, and then finish the plot of farming land. Ow. Alright. Now what I do is cover from right there out as far as my supply of dirt will allow it. And need to block that off, so there you go. Now you've got yourself an area that you can farm. And I'm just going to build a crafting table. And then I usually use a total of 4 blocks and get 8 sticks. It just seems like a good idea to conserve everything. Make a pickaxe. Get some stone. You know, the usual stuff. Except here, you will get very close to starvation before you can get food. I've never been able to get very far without food, so you really are going to want the food, seeing as it is what, feeds you, keeps you alive. I'm just kind of rambling here, but oh well. Eventually, after you find coal, you can put torches here and help improve the growing. And then you just leave it alone for a little while. What I do is, usually, to make an area that would be like my house, I just dig an area out, like a square area. And this is also my method of getting cobblestone. And it works fairly well. A method one of my friends taught me was when you find ore to dig around it, if you don't have the pickaxe you need, and then it'll stick out like a sore pink thumb. Alright, now that that's over with, going to make an iron pickaxe, or cobblestone pickaxe, so I can get the iron. And normally, while this is happening, I would go up a couple of times, check on, the crops and the trees and everything. A really good place to start is, I know a lot of people like building wooden houses above ground, but I never think that's a good idea because, wood burns. So I never make my house out of wood in case, gets struck by lightning or something. And I usually prefer to have my house underground because when it's underground, you don't have to worry as much about creepers. Because if it's above ground, they can completely destroy everything, but if it's below ground, all they're going to do is put a hole in the wall, and then you can actually build off of that. I've seen people use creepers constructively, like blowing out entire sections of walls so that they could build or get to a certain spot. And as you can see, one of the trees has grown. I think as soon as the trees grow, you should go and first I try and get all of the leaves off, or as much as possible. And then as soon as you get saplings, if you get saplings, I would plant them. Not too close, but not over the cliffs that are the oceans here. So I usually don't bother giving my trees extra time to grow because I like being able to use the wood, especially on an area where you only have one tree, like Skyblock. Skyblock is very challenging to me, although I've seen some people do it very easily. And I'm going to have to stop recording in a minute, but what I usually do is go and make some furnaces, and make charcoal if you haven't found any, which is just using like planks or something as fuel and burning the logs. It has to be the logs, and you get it does the same as coal. It looks like coal, but it won't stack with coal, which has always irritated me. What I usually do is use wooden planks because you get the same amount as you would if you just burned the wood straight from the tree. So you do that, you light your area up. Eventually I'll be covering the cavern so that it's, stuff won't just walk in and fall in, and while I'm working up there I won't fall in. But that's it for part 1 of my Survival Island run.